My first few years learning Japanese, I was convinced that kanji was the most challenging thing for a student of this fascinating language. But, 16 years later, I have changed my mind. There is a different aspect of Japanese that over the years, and still to this day, causes me a lot more problems than kanji ever did. Natural phrasing. Every now and then, I see someone post something like this in our Discord community. These are from the Learning Progress channel, where we can celebrate each other's wins in learning Japanese, and more specifically, progress in Native Shark. See how both of these people wrote ikimashou at the very end? Ikimashou is the formal volitional of the verb ikou, to go, so it means something like let's go. And I'm pretty sure I've tried to use ikimashou in this way also before. There's just one problem. It's a little unnatural to use ikimashou in this way. This is what I'm talking about when I say natural phrasing is hard. So in English, let's go can mean let's leave, like let's get out of here. And in Japanese, ikimashou can mean that too. Although the specific thing you might say could vary, but I'll talk about that later. Aside from meaning let's leave, let's go can mean let's go to that place or event. For example, if you and me were both invited to some party, I could say, let's go, like let's check it out, let's go to that place. Here again, ikimashou can be used the same way in Japanese. But finally, in English, let's go can mean let's start or let's do this. For example, if I'm a basketball coach trying to get my team pumped up for a game that's about to start, I could say, let's go. Conversely, if I'm a fan at that game and I'm cheering on my team, I could yell, let's go. And I think this third and final usage of let's go is what these two people were trying to use when they wrote ikimashou in Japanese, but it's not really used that way. If we wanted to say let's go with this meaning of let's do it in Japanese, we might instead say something like ganbarou, or more formally maybe ganbarimashou, which is the volitional form of the verb ganbaru, which means to do one's best or to persevere. It's pretty hard to translate that word, but so literally it means something like let's do our best, but ganbarou means, let's do this. I'm gonna try hard. And remember how ikimashou could be used to say let's leave? That's true, but it depends on who you're talking to. If I'm at a party with my wife and I want to say let's leave, I'm not gonna say ikimashou. I might say something like kaerou, which literally is let's go home. Even if I'm with a friend and we don't go back to the same home, I could say kaerou, like let's go home, each of us. I wouldn't say ikimashou, most likely, just because of the intimate nature of the relationship. If I did want to use the verb ikou, to go, in this situation, I might instead say ikou, which is the casual volitional form, so it's more casual than ikimashou, but that's a different way to say let's go. And if I'm a kid with my parents at a restaurant and they're taking forever to finish eating, I might say, ikou yo, let's go, let's get out of here. And if I'm that parent's kid and we're getting ready to leave the house because we have a flight to catch and they're taking forever, I might tell my kid, ikou, 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 let's go, 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 let's go. Context is so important in Japanese, and the natural thing to say is always going to depend on the situation in which you are saying it. So you can know all these words and conjugations and stuff that you're supposed to use, but knowing when a native speaker most likely would use them and in what way is the real challenge with Japanese. In contrast, sure, there's a lot of kanji and it takes a long time to learn them, and there's a lot of vocab too, but they're all in dictionaries and books. There's a list of them to learn. You just learn it. Like if you come over to Native Shark and just hit, our study now button every day, you're going to learn pretty much all the kanji and vocab that you're going to need to learn. And you'll also learn a lot of contexts and situations in which things would be natural to phrase in a certain way. But even with a learning material like that, there's no way we're going to cover the natural way to say everything that you are going to want to say in your unique life in Japanese. So yeah, I can, watch TV shows in Japanese and I can read books on my Kindle in bed, and it's not really an issue. But then if I'm having a long conversation in Japanese, there's always these moments where I'm talking and in the back of my head, I'm thinking, yeah, there's no way a native speaker would phrase this the way that I'm phrasing it right now. And that's okay. I don't think native speakers really care. But if you're like me and it's fun to try to sort of polish your Japanese to the point where it sounds like something a native speaker would say, then yeah, this is an ongoing challenge, even 16 years after starting. But it's a challenge that I'm enjoying, and I hope that you are enjoying it too. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for your time.
頑張ろう。頑張りましょう。
Is that how you would say it?
何が？帰ろう。
行こうよ。
行こうよ。行こう行こう行こう。 この番組はフューチャーラーニングメソッドネイティブシャークがお送りしました。